I have bad news, everyone. Our esteemed co-presenter, KennyBoulder, is not here today for the Slice of Breadcast anime podcast. The preeminent podcast on the internet for anime and internet culture named after bread, because he is out saving the world. He is out saving the world, fighting against the unspoken. So I'm going to be talking about everything you wrote in about, and that's going to be focused on trash theories. That's going to be focused on why slice of life anime is the best and most amazing, and if you ain't getting on it, you gotta get with the program. Alright? So let's go kick off this Slice of Breadcast episode, whatever I'm going to say it is, because whatever I say it is, that's the episode number. Okay, folks? I hope you're in full gear for this, because I'm going to be bringing you both sides of the coin here. We're going to get the hype energy, and we're going to get the mellow, chilled out, traditional Ojiame you are expecting. So let me just kick out KennyBoulder's picture there. Let's bring on the subject of today's focus. Actually, no, before we get there, I want to hear what you say. When we come back, when KennyBoulder comes back, what are you expecting? What topics do you want to hear? Let's get into that. Send it, DM me, Twitter, at Ojisan America, on the YouTube, wherever you want. Put it in the comments, anything you want. Because today we're going to be hype training into trash theory. We're starting with One Piece. Look at this. Look at this. Why is it covering me? No, I'm the host. You don't get to cover me. No. Power to break through. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Yeah, that's right. I got the internet digital powers. You ain't even on my level. I'm like up on the moon. Okay, I am on the moon compared to this feeble internet page. So let's start here. You see what we got here? We're going to be talking about the one and only true theory of One Piece. Everything that's happening, everything going down. And we're going to be saying where it is. 100% definitive. Who's got the One Piece, where it is. And we're going to be starting with, of course, the will of D. D. Okay? Say it right. It's D. And who's D? That's Gol D, Roger, the preeminent master of all pirates. The one who started it all, kicking off the golden age of piracy when the world government was coming down on him. Let me pull this up. If you haven't seen him, this is him. Look at that excellence right there. That excellence. Now, as you may know, his pirate team knows where the One Piece. They know the One Piece, but they ain't speaking it. Why aren't they speaking it? Why? Who would he entrust the One Piece to? Not to steal it and use it for themselves, but to protect it, to make sure that the next person who acquires the One Piece becomes the greatest pirate there ever was. How would you set up that as a trial to make sure the next Gol D Roger is the best there's ever been? The same people he entrusted to kill him in a moment that would spark the next golden age. That's right, the world government and Gol D Roger is 100% collusion. Now think about, we're going to 17th level of big brain on this one. 17th level of big brain. You are not even ready for that. Let me get in front of you here and show you and tell you. We're talking about the biggest brain there is. The one who had such execution to make an entire age of piracy, single-handedly resurge it by his words alone. Such a momentous occasion. But he's not alone, and that's a fact. So he's got his pirates, Roger pirates. They know where the One Piece is. He told everyone, you can find the One Piece. Now, why would the world government let him speak those words? Why would his pirates step aside and not bring out the One Piece? Collusion. Fact. That's trash fact. 100% certain. Let me come back over to the side here. Now look at this. World government. Look at their flag right there. Look at it. Look at it. Five pieces in one. 5 pieces in one. Subtle there very much. Not so subtle, is it now? What is this? 5 elders in one? That's right. These 5 are mere pawns of this greater play between Gol D, Roger, and the one above them all, Im. Look at this guy right here. Guy, lady, who we don't know. We don't know what it is, right? One eye, One Piece. One eye to watch the One Piece. Maybe because they know. This is the one who sits on the empty throne, right? This is the one that the world government bows down to, right? If they were so steadfast against Gol D, Roger, against piracy and all this, why would Im let them? Why would Im let the world government give Gol D, Roger the chance to speak? Why would Im here let all this go on? Unless it's really big brain collusion play to make the world one that crafts, that in the forges of fire, creates the next great Gol D, Roger, the one with the will of D, the one who can merge together the greatest aspects of all piracy. That's right. This is all one big play to create the next amazing, next level, next tier of pirates. Think about it. Kaido, the strongest thing in existence, right? Can't even touch Im. Why is that? What does the One Piece have to do with that? Put that in the back of your head right there. Put that in the back of your head. Because we're not done here. All of this is just a tournament arc. Think about it like that. It's a tournament arc. One Piece is the greatest tournament arc that is the forge of fire. The forge to identify the next will of D, one capable of surpassing Gol D, Roger, not only himself, but everyone. Surpassing the D, surpassing the celestial dragons, matching, if not surpassing Im. That's what this is all about. That's how we know the world government is protecting the One Piece on behalf of Gol D, Roger, on behalf of this collusion play behind the scenes to make sure it's a tournament arc so that the next great pirate arrives, not just arrives, but ascends. Think about it. Think about it. Let's look at here. Let's look at the ones with the will of D. Naturally, we go to law. Why would we go to law? Look at this. You not see it yet? Maybe we have to scroll back up. Look at this. Okay, look at this chart. Okay, all the ones with the cross, they're dead. But let's count them out here. Monkey D. Luffy, 1. Monkey D. Garp, 2. Monkey D. Dragon, 3. Marshall D. Teach, 4 and 5. The 5th one at the center of it all, Trafalgar D. Water Law. 5 Will of D holders versus the world government. And we're not going to talk about the kid who may or may not have the will of D. We're skipping over that. That's irrelevant right now. That comes in the future, if anything. 5 to match the 5 in the world government, the 5 elders. And above the 5 elders is Im. Above the 5 Will of D anarchy type of system is Gol D Roger. Yet Im and Gol D Roger are in on it. Fact. Look at the empty throne here. Looks like Im has the 5 pieces right there. Let's go into its actual Japanese meaning, because we're going to get a little bit deeper on this. We're going to pull out the deep lore. Look at Sora. This is essentially emptiness. You think of like the sky and whatnot. I'm pulling up some translation live for you right there, so you don't have to take just my word for it. And then throne. Dokuza. Sora no Gokuza. Right there. It's also all right here, but you can see it live. Empty throne. Emptiness. What's part of emptiness is very important. Pin in it. Back to Im. Look at that. Im is two characters that can mean all of these. Right? No, not exactly important. It's the first thing you think of, but start piecing these meanings together. You get 5. You get avoiding. That's like empty. It's like you walking away from something. There's a void there. Medical affairs is another. If you put some kanji on it, that's just tangential. Why? Because who's the surgeon? Surgeon of death. Law. Right there. Now back to Im. That was just tangent. The real stuff. Let's scroll down. They even have it on here. It's out. You don't have to take my word for it. It's out there in public. 100%. The 2 characters of his name. Right there. Buddhism. What is the practice of emptiness? But for Buddhism. Now we're seeing it all come together. These 2 sides of the same coin. 2 sides of the same coin. You got Gol D Roger. You got Im. At first you think one is like anarchy, one is controlled the government versus pirates. No. Because it's empty. Everything is void of inherent existence. Now, without getting too deep in the Buddhism there, just need to know that everything is determinate upon one another. Nothing exists for itself on its own. And what does that mean? What does that mean for the One Piece, right? What are you saying? Well, right now in its emptiness, what is converging? What is this void of the One Piece converging into around the world converging towards? Exactly. Pirates, world government coming together. Because they're going to find out that the One Piece has been there all along. They've been essentially defending it, knowingly or unknowingly. The celestial dragons, 5 elders, all them. The 5 Will of D holders, the 5 celestial 5 elders. They mirror one another. They are dependent on one another. They are empty of inherent existence and meaning. Just like the throne. Just like the One Piece. Maybe I should get into deep lore. Deeper lore tied into Buddhism. I bring out some of the Dalai Lama's own writing. How about that? How about that? Here's several ways of figuring out if something has inherent existence. If something is not of selflessness and emptiness. This comes from Buddhism, One Teacher, Many Traditions, the Dalai Lama, and Tubten Sodron. I got their name wrong, I apologize. It's actually probably the first time I pronounced it. Right here. Does a thing arise from itself? The Samkhya school believes there is a primal or universal substance as a cause from which things arise. They say things arise from self because they exist in an unmanifest form within their cause, as one nature with this primal substance prior to their arising. Now, you may be thinking, well, that just means inherently something exists. Oh, but if inherently something exists inherently, what does that mean? Let's put that into a real world perspective. If cause and result existed at the same time, yet the result still needed to arise and become manifest. I'll say it again. If cause and result, two status seemingly separate, right? If this were the case, a cause and its effect would exist simultaneously. They say things arise from self because they exist in an unmanifest form within their cause. As one nature with this primal substance prior to their arising. If this were the case, a cause and its effect would exist simultaneously. That would mean an old man would exist in a newborn baby and a sprout would exist in a seed. We know that is not true. We know that Gol D Roger, his words created the golden age of piracy with the opportunity set up by Im, but the two did not exist at the same time. You can't have the golden age and the pre-golden age at the same time. Does a thing arise from other? If the seed and sprout were inherently other, they would be totally unrelated. The sprout would then have the same kind of relationship with the seed that it has with any other thing. That means the seed and the sprout, the tree, would be separate. They are part of the same continuum, though. They are part of the same continuum. One causes the other, yes. One is dependent on the other, yes. But none exists on its own. Inherent on its own. The one piece is dependent on all this happening around it. The golden age of piracy, dependent on all this happening around it. How do you get the golden age without Gol D Rogers' words sparking the golden age? The rush for the one piece, the search for the one piece. How do you get that when his pirates do not reveal the location? How do you get that when the world government allowed him to speak? How do you get all this? It's because of this background deal. Im and Gol D Roger. It's right there. It's right there. But let's go on. Does a thing arise from both self and other? Interesting. This one is a little bit more esoteric. It's going to be maybe a little bit complicated here, but let's dive into it. While it's true a clay pot arises due to both clay and the potter's efforts, neither of these is inherently the same as or inherently different from the pot. Arising from both self and other is susceptible to the faults of both positions individually. You take the two that we just discussed previously, combine them, not there. Does a thing arise without cause? Can the golden age of piracy arise without cause? No, it requires these words, these opportunities. If things arose without causes, several faults would occur. Nothing would arise because there would be nothing to cause it to come into existence. 2, things would arise chaotically and unpredictably. What arises at one time and in one situation could arise anytime and anywhere, because the arising of a thing would not be constrained by requiring causes that have the ability to produce it. Flowers could grow in ice and a pine cone could produce a rose. 3, all efforts to attain goals would be useless because things would happen randomly. That's emptiness. Fundamentally, everything is a continuum, a process that is creating and reacting to one another. Now, I don't have time right now to really dive into how that applies to daily life and all that, but I will leave you with is to remember that all of this current status of the pirates and everyone coming together fighting Kaido, and why doesn't Kaido just take the One Piece and defeat the world government because it's the most powerful thing there is? It's all set up. It's all set up because of previous actions and collaborations. Remember that. Remember that. Im and Gol D, Roger. Little do they know, the world government themselves, little do they know, they're protecting One Piece. They are participants in this. If Im wanted the One Piece gone, could not Im just say that? The world government has supposedly unmatched power. If they didn't want Gol D Roger to speak, they could have stopped it. Just remember that. Remember there's more going on here. There's deeper meanings. Deeper meanings. So that's fine for a trash theory of One Piece right there. But what's up next? Oh, I was going to tell you a little bit about the amazingness of wholesome anime. I don't know if you're ready for it though. I don't know if you're ready for it. Are you ready to truly understand? I'm not sure about that. This was already a pretty heavy session, wasn't it? Maybe next time. I've already given you a lot to think about this time around. So let's do that. Let's leave the wholesomeness rant to next time. And I'll just leave you with thinking about how it's all in one piece, how it's all connected. Oh no, I was disconnected. I split. But I still exist. Or do I? And that's the question of emptiness in One Piece. I've been your host today, Oji-san America. Call me Ojiame. Find me on Twitter. Find me on the YouTube here. We'll be back with KennyBoulder another time. And when you're ready, I'll tell you about wholesomeness of slice of life anime. I promise. If you're ready for it. Until next time, this has been a Slice of Breadcast, the internet's foremost anime and internet culture podcast named after bread. I've been your host, Oji-san America. KennyBoulder is out fighting the good fight for the world today. We'll see you next time. Until then, as always, stay toasty. Ciao. Johnny.